Hey everyone, it's Abaroa with Financial Intelligence Training. It's Friday, it's June 1st, it's 2018, and we're kicking off the month with a 22-point surge in the S&P this morning. Now we can attribute some of that move to the gangbuster job data release this morning, and I suppose we all expected that given President Trump's early morning tweet. Like the rest of the world, I was blown away that he would tip us off as to the promising numbers. Now, I suppose you could argue he didn't give the number, but knowing he has access to the number beforehand and knowing his bravado, how could anyone think they would disappoint the street? I joked on Twitter, if only J.R. Smith had that same type of guidance in last night's game, perhaps the outcome of Game 1 in the NBA Finals may have ended differently. I'll leave it at that for now. Now, supporting the market, ISM had stellar numbers as well. The index rang in at 58.7 and construction spending was up a handsome 1.8%. Now, you don't need me to read you the news. I'm posting this because in Financial Intelligence Training, we discuss the macros and the importance of understanding them in order to dress the portfolio accordingly. Now, the data releases here will certainly lend a positive hand to a recent window that saw data hinting towards contraction. Now, the successful identification of these changes and the subsequent redressing of your portfolio, I believe, plays a key role in managing exposures in one's financial plan. Now, let's switch gears and let's look at some technicals. The divergence between beta and bigs remains. The Dow continues to underperform against the Russell and the NASDAQ. Now, I continue to remind you of this because it is extremely important to watch this. Many stocks continue to look weak from a technical perspective. If you scan stocks like I do, you'll find that about half or maybe even more of them look less than robust, which means a smaller set of them are doing the work for all of us in the market. And as witnessed last night with LeBron's 51 points on a foreign court, even that doesn't always provide victorious. If the LeBrons of the market get tired and the JRs take over, well, we can see some real issues that are going to start to develop. Now, of course, conversely, if the rest of the team steps in, coupled with the macros supporting here, we can get some legs and perhaps get this market moving. So what do I mean by that? Pull up some names in the Dow. So why don't you take a look at 3M, take a look at Coke, take a look at Disney, take a look at Dow DuPont, GE, Goldman, IBM, J&J. Ugly. At least GE is trying to hold its 50, right? But now, take a look at some beta names. Why don't you take a look at Lulu? Take a look at Apple and that nice base that it's forming right here. Hopefully that breaks out. Look at the base that DPZ had and look at how it broke out today. And that's what we want to see more names starting to look like, that latter group. I want you to keep a close eye on the financials. They look weak, but they're trying to catch their stride. And if you're a financial intelligence training student, you know how important I believe the financials are with a few other key sectors. So guys, if you're trading on all this, please remember that stock and stock options involves a substantial degree of risk. It is not suitable for all investors. And if you like the charts like me, past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. I'm Abaroa, Financial Intelligence Training. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you.